So it's looking like Shakur Stevenson finally let Devin Haney off for punishment and let him out his room and get back on the computer and play on the internet because he's back on Twitter beefing again. You know, after Shakur's fight on April 8th, we didn't hear nothing from Devin. When Shakur got in that ring and did what he did to Yoshino, beat the shit out that man, and then called Devin Haney out and told Devin, I want you next, and it's going to be easy. I'm going to smoke you. It's going to be easy work. You know, Devin Haney disappeared. We didn't know where Devin Haney was. We were concerned for his safety. Because if you're a fan of boxing, then you know Devin Haney, whenever his name gets mentioned by a fighter, he's on Twitter immediately talking shit, popping shit back. So when he disappeared for a few days after Shakur called him out, everybody was like, man, is Devin okay? Where's he at? But we all know the energy is never the same from Team Haney when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur chumped him, sent him to his room for about a month. Now Devin allowed back outside because he was on Twitter today and he sent some shots at Frank Martin. You know, BoxingScene.com dropped an article today with the title being Frank Martin feels ready for Tank, Stevenson, and Haney right now. And Devin Haney, unprovoked. You know, I never seen Frank Martin talk crazy about Devin Haney. But unprovoked, here come Devin, Twitter thugging like the old Devin. The Devin that we knew before Shakur sent him to his room. He came back, and unprovoked, he went right at Frank Martin. He said, you old as shit. You should be ready. He just went in on Frank Martin for no reason. But as far as Frank Martin being old, Frank Martin is the same age as Gervonta Davis. He's actually a couple months younger than Gervonta Davis. They both 28 years old. But the difference is, Frank Martin ain't really been boxing that long. Frank Martin, for as good as he is, he's still new to boxing. Frank Martin ain't been boxing too much longer than Rolly. So despite his age, despite him being older, it's still crazy that with this little experience, we having conversations about him with these guys that been boxing their whole lives, like Tank, Shakur, and Devin. They all been doing this since they were 6-7 years old. He been doing this since he was 18. And we talking about him in the same conversation with them guys. But Frank Martin responded. He said, this lame shit getting out of hand. Our past real different. I'm pressured regardless of when I fight for a title. Let me come get yours. Know what I mean? So Frank Martin saying the same thing. He said, I ain't grow up boxing my whole life. I only been doing this since I was 18 years old. And if it's sweet, you come rumble me. Know what I mean? So Frank Martin was right at him. You know, he said, if that's how you feel, let me fight you then. Let me get my opportunity to fight for a belt with you. So we'll see how Devin Haney answered that. We already seen when Shakur caught him out, he went into hiding. Shakur sent him to his room, put him on punishment. Let's see how he responded to Frank Martin. And ain't this funny how we catch Devin Haney capping again and his fans capping again? When Shakur caught him out and Devin went into hiding, all we heard was, nah, he's only doing this because he's focused on Lomachenko. He ain't worried about Shakur. He couldn't tweet Shakur back or say nothing back to Shakur, but he can start with Frank Martin unprovoked. But let y'all tell it he focused on Lomachenko. Okay. But a fan had responded to Devin's original tweet and said, bro, Lomachenko is 7 years older than Frank Martin. And Devin talking about, and Lomachenko been in big fights since he was 23, 24. Capping again. Lomachenko didn't even turn pro until he was like 25, 26. I don't know why Devin be capping about everything, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all just watched his video he dropped last night. He dropped a video last night on his YouTube channel where he was talking in it, a promo video for the Lomachenko fight, and he was talking in it. And one thing he said in the video was that he don't pay attention to none of these other lightweights. He ain't worried about none of these lightweights. They all got to go through him. He don't watch them. He don't pay attention to them. Nothing. But here's Devin on April 22nd watching one of those lightweights he claims he doesn't pay attention to. Like, he just be capping about everything, bro. Or maybe he wasn't there paying attention to how he was fighting. I seen somebody say in the comments of that picture that he was looking to see what tattoo he was going to steal next. I don't know. But as far as a potential fight between Devin Haney and Frank Martin, I would still get an edge to Devin Haney just off the experience factor. You know, he been doing it a lot longer than Frank Martin, and that will play a part eventually. That might catch up to Frank Martin eventually. He is learning fast. He do got a great team with him. So I don't know. Frank Martin really is the dark horse in that division, man. Like, he dangerous for all them guys. For Tank, for Shakur, and especially Devin, who got a questionable chin. You know, Frank Martin got a good team behind him. One of the best fighters in the world behind him in Earl Spence. He got one of the best coaches in the game behind him in Derek James. So he got a hell of a corner. You know, he got skills. He can box. He got good defense. And he's cracking too. So he got the full package. So he dangerous for all these guys. I just think the experience will play a part, and they'll end up getting the edge over him a little bit. But he's still dangerous for all three of them. And that's just keeping it real. Frank Martin, a very good fighter. And think about this. Would y'all pick Lomachenko to beat Frank Martin? I don't think I would. I got Frank Martin winning that fight with Lomachenko. That's just my personal opinion. I'm going to drop a poll after this video, either tonight or later tomorrow. I'm going to post a poll and see what y'all thinking about it. But in my opinion, and don't let my opinion sway y'all opinion when y'all vote on the poll, vote for what y'all think as boxing fans. But I got Frank Martin beating Lomachenko for real. He might even stop him. That's just my opinion. And if Frank Martin touched Devin little questionable chin, that soft chin, the way Cambosis or Linares or Jojo Diaz did, it might get ugly for him. But I still think Devin will edge that fight out just off the experience factor. I could be wrong though. Frank Martin might crush him. I don't know. So we know he ducking Shakur next. So let's see if we got that potential Frank Martin fight coming. If he don't fight Shakur or Tank, why not Frank Martin? That's a good fight too. But that's what I got for y'all. I'm out.